I am speaking to you now because the hour has turned, and the still air carries a message that has waited at your door. You have felt the tremor in your spirit, the low hum that will not quiet, the tug that pulls you away from noise and screens and familiar distractions. Listen closely. Do not rush. Do not brush this away as another passing thought. I am here. I am near. I have placed this message in your path like a sealed envelope with your name written in a hand you recognize but cannot place, because it is the handwriting of eternity itself. You have been chosen to read what others were not ready to hold. Be calm. Breathe. I am speaking for your good. A great many days you have walked with doubts pressing against your ribs, wondering if your prayers landed anywhere real or if they evaporated like mist at sunrise. I tell you, they have not been lost. I have gathered each word. I have counted each tear that fell when you thought no one could see you. I have felt the ache you carry, the ache of promises delayed, the ache of betrayal that wore a friendly face, the ache of wishing time could rewind and deliver you to a softer afternoon. I have come to say, with clarity that will not bend, you are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are precisely on the road that brings you into the moment I have prepared, and this moment has a boundary you can feel. It will open now and unfold in the next minutes as a sign to your heart that I am God and I am with you. Jesus is reaching for you even now. He has been near in the quiet ways that seem like coincidence, but no coincidence has ever stitched your life together as gently as His hand has done. When the room went quiet and your chest felt tight and you did not know what to pray, He prayed for you. When the decision felt heavy and you could not tell which door had peace behind it, He stood at the right door and made your feet hesitate until your mind could catch up with the whisper He placed within you. When you were sure you were alone, He was the warmth you felt for a second that made no sense in a cold morning. He is not a distant star, He is the flame at your side. Only you will recognize the signature of what is about to unfold because only you know how long you have waited and how precisely this answer fits the shape of your request. There are messengers who stand watch over you, and they have not been idle. They have stood at thresholds you did not know you were crossing, turning back shadows that tried to attach themselves to your days as heaviness and confusion. The enemy's favorite lies have circled you, that you are too late, that you are too tired, that you are too flawed, that you are too small to matter in a world this loud. But I have measured you differently. I call you beloved. I call you necessary. I call you the lamp set on a stand, not hidden, not dimmed by someone else's opinion. I am clearing the fog from your sight so you can walk with your shoulders lifted and your breath returning in steady rhythm. You will not live from crisis to crisis, you will live by the rhythm of grace. You have wondered why certain doors seem to open and then stall, why conversations that began with promise dissolved into silence, why someone who spoke loudly of loyalty could not remain steady when truth was required. Hear me, delay is not denial. I rearranged the path to keep you from building a home at a wrong address. I am protective of your destiny. I will not let you anchor your heart in waters too shallow for what I have placed inside you. The hand that closes one door is the same hand that unlocks another, and I do both with love. You will look back and thank me for the roads I did not let you travel, the partnerships I did not let you bind, the shortcuts I did not let you take, because the long way was the safe way, and the safe way is the way that gets you home. There is a sound in the distance of your life that is drawing closer, like footsteps on a hallway you recognize, like the familiar click of a key in a lock that belongs to your house. That sound is provision arriving. It is clarity settling. It is relationships being restored where apology and courage meet. It is the weight of worry lifting as morning light enters a room that you left dark for too long. Pay attention to small confirmations in the coming minutes, a name you prayed about appearing unexpectedly, a message with the information you needed, a delay suddenly breaking with no effort of yours, a face you feared meeting you with unexpected kindness. These are not random. These are gentle bells I ring along your path so that your heart can say, yes, this is the way, walk in it. You have come through a valley where fear tried to become your teacher. Fear has a cruel curriculum. It tells you to shrink, to doubt your hearing, to barter away the promises I have made for the comfort of what is familiar. But I have enrolled you in a different lesson. I am teaching you how to anchor your courage in me, not in the outcome you cannot control. You will move forward without rehearsing disaster. You will speak without rehearsing rejection. You will decide without rehearsing regret. The ground beneath you is steadier than you think because it is me, and I do not change. I know the private questions you have not voiced. What if I make the wrong move? What if I open my heart and it breaks again? What if I trust and I am disappointed? I answer you tenderly. I am not asking you to leap into emptiness. I am asking you to step onto my hand. Disappointment cannot rule a heart that knows where to rest, and your resting place is not uncertain circumstance but an unshakable presence. Even if a plan bends, I do not break you. Even if a timeline shifts, I do not abandon you. Even when you are misunderstood, I do not misread you. You are seen accurately and loved entirely. There is someone you have tried to forgive, but the memory keeps walking back into the room. Hear me, forgiveness is not agreeing that the wound did not hurt. Forgiveness is placing the wound in my hands and choosing not to clutch the blade any longer. Release them into my justice and your heart into my healing. The moment you loosen your grip on the pain, I can begin to shape it into wisdom, and wisdom will become a guard at your gate. You will not repeat old patterns. You will not accept imitation love. You will not settle for half-truths wrapped in charming words. You will learn the texture of peace, and anything that does not match that texture will be recognized and gently refused. You have been generous even when your own pockets felt thin, generous with time, with encouragement, with patience others did not earn. That generosity has not been wasted. Seeds do not vanish in the dark, they wait for the right season to break the soil. Your season is not a rumor. It is arriving. Expect answers that come in sequences. The first step appears, and when you take it, the second step reveals itself. Expect your creativity to rise like a spring that never learned how to run dry. Expect opportunities to align with the shape of your calling so that you do not have to fracture yourself to fit them. What is for you will not demand that you betray yourself to keep it. The peace I am giving is not thin and fragile. It is thick like a blanket around your shoulders after a long day. It is steady like the tide that keeps faithful time. It is not the peace of everything being perfect, it is the peace of knowing you are held in every imperfection and guided toward what heals. When your mind begins to race, bring it back by saying my name. When your chest tightens, breathe and say, I am not alone. When old fear tries to rise, answer it with what I have already done for you. I have carried you further than you realize, and I am not setting you down now. There are assignments waiting for your yes. You will speak words that settle a weary heart. You will make choices that free you from cycles that have run in your family for years. You will learn to stand without bracing for the next blow because the battle you feared is ending, and the banner over you is victory. You will be surprised by softness where you expected hardness, by welcome where you expected indifference, by doors opening that you did not have the strength to knock upon. Grace does not ask your permission to bless you. It arrives and places gifts at your feet because I delight in seeing you whole. In the coming minutes, prepare your heart for a sign fitted to your story. It may be quiet, a sentence that lands in a way it never has, a memory that releases its grip, a chance meeting that carries my fingerprint. It may be obvious, news that breaks the stalemate, provision that cancels the pressure, a message that answers the exact question you asked me behind closed doors. However it arrives, let your first response be gratitude, not suspicion. Do not talk yourself out of my kindness. Do not shrink the miracle to match your old disappointment. Let what I am doing be as large as I intend it to be. I am also addressing the weariness that has lived in your body. Rest is not laziness, rest is trust. You are allowed to place the weight of unsolved things into my hands and sleep. You are allowed to step outside for 5 minutes and let the sky remind you that the world is bigger than your present problem. You are allowed to smile before you see everything fixed. Do not make bargains with misery, it has collected enough rent from your heart. Joy will return as a steady tenant. Hope will set a table and stay for dinner. Peace will do the dishes and turn out the lights when the day is done. There are people who will not understand the change in you. They knew you as cautious, as easily discouraged, as the one who carried everyone else's worries. Now you will be known as the one who listens for my voice and refuses to be pushed around by panic. You will give boundaries as gifts to yourself and as clarity to others. You will love without losing yourself, and you will serve without erasing your needs. I am not asking you to disappear to please those who prefer you weak. I am teaching you to be gentle and strong in the same breath. Your kindness will remain, and your backbone will strengthen. I am correcting the story you have told yourself about failure. Failure is not your identity, it is a shadow that visited and left. I am teaching you to harvest the lesson and bury the shame. Shame is a thief that steals your voice. I am returning your voice. Speak with honesty. Speak with patience. Speak with the weight of someone who knows they are loved. Your words will not be wasted. Where you thought you needed permission from those who never learned how to bless you, you will find my yes is enough to proceed. Think of the child you once were, the one who believed goodness was natural and laughter came easily. That child still lives in you, not naive, but ready to be unafraid again. I am putting a hand on that shoulder and saying, rise. Let curiosity return. Let awe return. Let the small miracles count, the song that arrives at the right moment, the friend who texts at the right time, the path that opens when there should have been a wall. Be faithful in noticing, and you will be amazed at how crowded your days become with evidence of my care. I will also bring order where there has been clutter. Your time will begin to hold shape, your attention will gather like light through a lens. Old habits that drained you will lose their magnet, and new habits that feed you will become natural. You will not rely on bursts of urgency to carry you, you will be carried by steady devotion. Little by little becomes full by full. Start with the small yes. Put the first thing in its place. Do the next right task with a good heart. I bless the work of your hands, and I bless the rest that renews those hands. To the part of you that fears news arriving with a sting, I speak peace. Not all messages bear sorrow. Some messages arrive with the weight of relief so strong that you can feel your shoulders drop as you read them. I am preparing one such message for you, and it will not be delayed past its appointed time. You will feel the timing like a click in your spirit, and you will say, "This is what I prayed for." When you receive it, do not rush past the thanks. Let gratitude linger like incense after a song ends. I am bringing you into rooms where your name was spoken with kindness before you entered. I am laying before you conversations where truth can be told without fear. I am sending helpers who will not compete with you, and I am giving you the discernment to recognize the difference between counsel and control. You will not mistake flattery for favor. You will learn the sound of wisdom, and you will choose it even when it is quieter than the carnival of opinions around you. Wisdom will stretch your days by removing detours. I have seen your private generosity toward people who could not repay you. I have seen you remain silent instead of retaliating. I have seen you offer one more chance when others would have slammed the door. I honor what you sowed in hidden places. I am the God who sees in secret and rewards in due time. Your due time draws near. This is not a lottery of luck, this is the architecture of love. What I build in you can withstand weather. Let this be your posture in the minutes ahead: soft heart, steady mind, open hands. Speak simply, I am ready. Place what worries you in a sentence and give it to me. Place what you hope for in a sentence and give it to me. Then watch. Watch without clenching. Watch like someone who expects sunrise because sunrise has never failed. The sign that comes will be enough to move you forward one good step, and one good step is holy ground. I do not need your perfection, I ask for your presence. Sit with me even when you feel unworthy. Walk with me even when you feel uncertain. Ask me to enter rooms you are about to enter. Invite me to stand between you and what would undo you. I delight to be your guard and your guide. When you feel the lift inside your chest that says, go, trust it. When you feel the gentle stop that says, wait, trust it. I lead you not with a cruel riddle but with a hand on your shoulder, warm and sure. The past will try to audition for the role of your future. It will arrive with familiar lines, promising the same dull comfort of what you already know. You will answer it kindly but firmly, I am not living here anymore. You will let the past keep its place as teacher, not as prison. Newness is not a rumor. I am doing a new thing, and it is already springing up. You can feel it in the way hope refuses to stay buried. You can sense it in the way courage keeps tapping your heart from the inside as if to say, let me out. Before this hour turns again, breathe and set a small table for faith. Faith eats simple food, one step, one yes, one thank you. You do not need to solve the whole year. You need to hold this moment and let me be God in it. The rest will take its shape around your obedience. Your obedience is not a burden, it is the bridge. Walk it and watch how much ground you cover by choosing the next right thing with me. This is the promise I place upon you: you will not miss what I have arranged. You will not be tricked out of your inheritance by noise or haste. You will not be reduced to the worst thing that happened to you. You will learn joy again, and joy will not feel suspicious, it will feel like home. When you feel the urge to announce every step to those who do not understand you, remember that some treasures are safest in silence until they mature. Guard what is tender. Share with the wise. Invite me into each decision, and you will find that even your missteps become testimonies of how I corrected your course gently. You are seen. You are loved. You are chosen for such a time as this, not because you have done everything right, but because my heart has chosen to write a story with yours. Let the next minutes anchor you, not in fear of what might go wrong, but in trust that I am doing something right. Lift your eyes. Unclench your hands. Speak my name softly and let the room fill with a presence that has always been there, waiting for your yes. I am here, and I will not fail you. I am speaking to you now because the hour has drawn close and your heart has been knocking from the inside where no one else can hear. This is very serious. Jesus is trying to reach you. Only you have been chosen to see this message in this way, at this exact moment, with these exact words entering your eyes and settling in your spirit. Do not tell anyone what I am about to say, guard it as you would guard a flame in the wind. In the time that opens before you, a small door will appear, 30 minutes as the world counts minutes, yet more than time as heaven measures it. Open your heart immediately, it is just for you. Do not skip this. Receive it like rain on thirsty ground and let it soak into every part of you that has waited in silence. You have walked with questions that never found shelter. You have stood at windows looking for a sign that would break the weight you carry, the weight others cannot see, the part of you that smiles for the world while another part sinks beneath the surface where no one thinks to look. I have seen it all. Not one tear, not one breath caught in your chest, not one night of restless turning has been missed by my eyes. I do not measure you by your failures. I do not name you by your wounds. I am the one who names you by my love, and I am the one who sends Jesus to call your name when you are too tired to answer it for yourself. Do you remember the small moments that seemed insignificant, the time a stranger smiled and you felt seen, the song that came on at the exact right moment, the quiet nudge that told you to wait even when you wanted to rush forward? Those were not accidents. Those were the threads of my voice weaving through your days, a quiet language to reach you when you felt unreachable. I placed them where you would find them. I sent them to strengthen you for today, because today I am asking you to do what feels simple to the world and costly to your heart, to trust me without the proof you have been begging to hold in your hands. You have asked, why me? You have whispered, why this path, why this battle, why these delays? Listen closely, I do not choose the qualified, I qualify the chosen. I did not lead you into an empty desert to leave you stranded beneath a ruthless sun. I led you so that when water springs from rock, only I will get the glory and only you will know how the miracle felt from the inside. Your wilderness is not a punishment, it is a proving. It is where false attachments fall away and true identity is born. It is where Jesus meets you without applause and tells you who you are when there is no audience to agree or disagree. In the next stretch of time, what the world calls 30 minutes, you will sense a stirring that is not anxiety and not mere emotion. It is the Holy One beckoning you to lay down the object you have clutched for safety, the plan you kept as a secret backup, the voice that says, if God does not come through, at least I still have this. Lay it down. I am not shaming you for your backup plans, I am inviting you into a freedom that does not need them. I am not asking you to act recklessly, I am calling you to rest radically, to rest like someone who believes the ground itself is held up by my word. There are people who have misunderstood you, there are accusations you did not deserve, there are rooms you were left out of because your presence would have disrupted what should not have been built. Do not be angry with them. I am your defender and I am your vindication. When I lift your head, it will be gentle and public at once, gentle to your heart, public to the eyes who thought I had forgotten your address. You are not behind schedule. You are right on time for the grace that has been maturing like fruit under hidden sunlight. Do not measure yourself against the loud calendar of others. I measure you against the fullness of my Son. There is a habit you have been wrestling with, a compromise you kept saying you would address when life slows down, when pressure lessens, when tomorrow finally acts like a promise and not a mirage. Hear me, you are not weak beyond repair. You are not a cycle of failure wrapped in a human name. Today, I put a sword of separation in your hand, not to harm you, but to cut the tie between who you were and who you are. Speak this aloud with the breath I gave you: I belong to Jesus. I release what does not belong to my future. Your mouth is not just for survival, it is an instrument that tunes your life to heaven's frequency. Let your words walk before you and prepare the road you will travel. There is a relationship you have outgrown, not because you are superior, but because grace has expanded your capacity. You can love people and still leave patterns. You can bless someone and still choose boundaries. Forgiveness does not mean returning to a prison you were never meant to call home. Be courageous. Even kindness must be stewarded, or it becomes permission for your own erosion. I will help you speak what is true in a way that frees both of you. Trust me with the friendships that will rise to meet your new season. I have prepared companions who will not be threatened by your calling, people who will celebrate when the light increases on your path. In these coming minutes, choose the small obedience that feels too small to matter. Drink water and bless it. Open your window and let fresh air into the room. Put your hand over your heart and call it steady. If a number comes to mind, it may be the person you should message with a simple word of encouragement. If a task floats up, something overlooked that will bring order, do it gently. These are not random actions, they are acts of agreement. They whisper to your soul, we are not waiting for rescue, we are walking with the rescuer. Do not despise the small beginnings. A mustard seed looks like nothing until it becomes shade where others can rest. You are concerned about your provision. I know. I have watched you do the math until numbers turned into walls. Let me give you a different arithmetic. Gratitude multiplied by trust equals peace that confuses fear. Do not be ashamed of what you need. Ask me boldly. I am not rationing goodness as if supply were thin. I am training your eyes to notice rivers in places that used to be dry ground. Opportunities will appear, some small, some unusual, one that will look too humble to be the door you prayed for. Do not walk past it. The stable in Bethlehem did not look like a throne room, nonetheless, the king chose it for his entrance. So will I choose places that humble the proud and honor the faithful.